Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Inside CG. Today we're here with our Champions Gym Joondalup team, and we are here for a very auspicious occasion as it is our 6-month anniversary. And today, what I wanted to take you through was some of the little known things that have happened around this great club and to what it has become today. And now I think of what a great 6 months it's been. Now, today I'm joined by the lovely Maddie Hewitt, Celine Mitchell. I should have given her a title as well, but the illustrious Ricky Valance and the Miss Exquisite Dina Steens. And my name is Pamorn Martdee, and I'm very excited to go into what this club is all about. So, Ricky, you started off with us at Champions Gym Highgate, and obviously you came on board as a coach, and you expressed your interest in becoming a club manager. And here you are. So tell us a little bit more about, what brought you on board with us and what got you interested and intrigued with us?
Actually, a wee bit of a story behind it. I actually put my application at Champions on a bit of a whim. I did Muay Thai and box and all the rest of it since I was like 9 years old, and had to step out of the ring due to injuries, medical conditions, and it'd been 10 years since I'd stepped in the ring, and I saw Champions was hiring. I knew about Champions because I used to train at a couple of different Australian gyms, so I'd senior fighters before, and I thought, what are the odds? I mean, it'd be cool to get a job here, but I probably won't. And I sent my CV in on a whim, and turns out it caught Mully's eye, and I got a call within a few days. I just got out of hospital at the time. I'd nearly died, legitimately. And,
you nearly died?
Yeah.
How come you didn't tell me a little bit more? What the hell happened? How did you nearly die?
Yeah, about that. I caught a virus, a viral infection. Wasn't COVID, weirdly enough, and it put my blood pressure somewhere in my feet, my temperature somewhere in the 40s, and I couldn't eat or drink for 3 days. Wow. So that was when I went to hospital, not earlier, because, I'm an idiot. Once I got to hospital, it was like 2 weeks of just being on an IV, not able to eat or drink. And then got out of the hospital, got a call from Mully, the previous manager. He said, hey, can you do a quick phone interview? I was like, yeah, sure, that'd be great. Yeah. And after that phone interview, I got told, you'll get like an email, probably get you in next week. I'm like, next week, that's enough time to recover. Then I got the email, can you come in tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, sure, I could manage that. It was actually really great because my first class was at Champions Highgate. Jack 300 was taking the class, so I got to walk on, got to see how good I was on the pads after 10 years. Turns out I was okay, but I got to scare Mully because I said, well, this will be interesting. I nearly died 2 weeks ago. See ya. And turns out he pulled Celine aside. He's going, hey, does this guy look okay? So to get, yeah. But I'd known about Champions for a wee while. You had like very good fighters. You also had a really good vibe. It was very similar to the gym I trained at back in Scotland, which became a home away from home. It was a very safe place for me. And I just kind of wanted to pay the kindness I was showing forward and join a similar gym and see what I could do with it.
Yeah, great. And obviously talk about Celine, and she was at the front desk when they were checking to see if you were going to die again. But Celine, tell us a little bit about your journey thus far and how you've come to become part of Joondalup, integral part of. And obviously you've completed your certificate 3 and 4 recently in strength conditioning, health and fitness, coming on board as a coach, is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you've got here.
So I was looking for a job at any type of fitness industry.
Any type?
Any type
and
at the stage.
The combative.
Champions just kept popping up. I was actually scared to apply for the main reason of I've never done combat sports. I was just petrified to apply, and I was like, you know what, why not? Just do it. Applied, got the phone call from Mully. I was actually on the road coming back from yelling up. So I was like, I'm sorry if I can't cut out, I can't do anything about it. And Mully was like, that's fine. Went in for my interview and then came in for a trial. Mully said, cool, let's go, we've got this. Then my first week told me we're opening up in Joondalup and just keep an eye out for what I can do in there. And I was like, oh, cool. Then Joondalup was kind of announced more in the clubs over everyone else. And then Mully called me and said, just a quick chat, would you be keen to go up to Joondalup and kind of run things up there for a little bit, help out? And I was like, yeah, cool. And he goes,
okay, all right. Sorry, you go, and then I'm going to butt in. Go.
No, he was like, yeah, cool. See ya, and hung up.
Oh, there we
went
go.
back to the office.
Okay.
He's like, I'll call you later. I was like, oh, no worries.
Let me ask you, that's all boring, that's work related. Let's talk about your own personal growth and journey when it comes to like, you came in, obviously you've done a bit of sport before, a bit of background in that, but like, you've picked up strength conditioning, you started doing Muay Thai, that's the stuff we want to hear about. Tell me a little bit more about that.
I was petrified to do anything.
Why?
I have a fear of embarrassment, always scared to try something new.
Do you feel that?
I have
Don't we all?
learned since working here to get over it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been great learning about that, learning to just push myself. The first time I did Muay Thai was actually in a coach's session, so the gym shut, I felt more comfortable. And then one of the office staff, who she's no longer here, she was just like, come on. I was like, okay. And then I loved it. I always thought I'd kind of do more boxing, but I don't like boxing too much anymore. I like to kick things.
You like to kick? I was going to
like
ask
to kick
you.
things, yeah.
Great.
I think it flows better for me. And then I still kind of tried to avoid Muay Thai again, just didn't want to embarrass myself in front of the members. And then Tommaso, the Highgate coach.
Oh, the lovely Tommaso.
He dragged me down and he was like, come on, let's do it. And then we had the open mats at Christmas time and he was like, cool. I'm like, I'm working still. He's like, no, get up, let's go. So we started smashing pads together.
Great.
And then I was really sad when I had to leave Highgate, mainly because Tommaso had been so great with me. And I had to start again with everyone, but I was nervous because we were stuck together for 6 days a week at that stage. And it was very make or break. Am I going to hate him? Am I going to love him? Is he going to hate me? Is he going to love me?
Jury's still out.
Yeah. But I think it's been amazing. At the stage, Ricky and I would be cleaning the gym twice a day. We would do anything. And then he was like, do you want to hit pads? And I was like, okay. And then that's kind of pushed me further into my Muay Thai, into growing as a person, as a coach in this gym. Even as a receptionist, I've grown a lot.
So if I'm right, there was a lot of people just saying, let's go.
Yeah.
And they just took you by the hand and they just chucked you
Dragged me back
in the
up
fire. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes having good coaches around you and good people that take you out of your comfort zone and just without prejudice or judgment, and here you are, you're about to do your inter-club sparring or the hit out.
Yep.
Big deal. And do you still feel fear of embarrassment or?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I feel like I can kind of push past it easier now. I still get that like nervous feeling, but then I'm like, cool, it's me against me. It's not me against anyone else. So
Absolutely.
I can get over it.
Awesome. And we've got Martdee. So Martdee, very quietly spoken, but a bit of a weaponess in her own right. So tell us a little bit about what you've noticed about Joondalup. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you see for your future.
So I come from a call centre background. I hated it so much, so I took some time off of that and sort of just saw champions pop up on Seek. So I applied. I got a call from Mully. Basically nailed it on the phone. We got along so well. And then I got kicked in the face. Broke my face in 3 places.
Can you just confirm that wasn't at championship?
No.
She didn't get kicked in the face here, ladies and gentlemen. There's none of that here.
So that sort of sucked because I had to put off coming in for like my trial and stuff. But then I sort of just got over it, went into Highgate for my trial. The first coach I remember meeting was Tim. He commented on my eye. And then he said
Well, how good they looked or because it was broken?
Yeah, he asked me what happened, said I got kicked in the face, and he said that I was in the right place. So that was really nice. I didn't feel so like awkward about it then.
Good job, Tim, by the way.
And then, sort of just did my trial for however long it went for, and I actually fell in love with it. And then I basically got a call from Mully like 2 days later saying that I got the job if I want it. I came in. I've never sort of had a job like this at all, like the community, the people, like they actually care about my well-being, my mental health, everything. If I need time off for anything, like it's always like appreciated. And I feel like we all look after our own, whether it's staff or members, like a family. And I'm just like so happy to be a part of something like that because I've never had that ever in a job. So I do not see myself leaving Champions ever at this point.
No, that's great to know.
Bar for life.
I just love it too much. Like I don't even feel like it's a job to me. It's just, I'm not. When I have work, I'm excited in a way. Like I never feel like upset that I have to come in or anything. Like, I just love it so much.
Unlike the call centre.
Yeah. Hated it there.
Awesome. Thank you, Maddie. And finally, we have Dina. For those that don't know Dina was a very high-level fighter, Muay Thai fighter. She's now a mum of two, an absolutely powerhouse of a mum. I have a lot of respect recently becoming a father myself. But obviously, Dina, you've done some great things in your career and coming on board as a Muay Thai strength conditioning, even boxing coach as well. Just tell us a bit about you and what makes Dina tick.
Yeah, so I, like Ricky, have been out of the game, Muay Thai combat sports for a while. I was off having a few kids, and I thought...
Easy.
Yeah, easy stuff. And I actually was living away, so I thought when I came back, I had a look, because I follow Whitney on social media. We kind of keep in touch. I've been on a few fight shows as Whitney back in the day. And I said, hey, Whit, I think I want to try doing a Muay Thai class again. It's been a couple years. And she just told me to come down to Champions. And literally that first class, I was like, oh, she can't get rid of me now. I'm here now. I was like, I'll be back tomorrow and the next day. And yeah, same thing. I just did a couple classes. And the manager, Molly, said, hey, I know you live up Joondalup way, because I said, it's hard for me to get down here with my kids. And he's like, okay, well, maybe we can work something out. And I didn't say anything, and I was like, okay. And then once Joondalup was on the cards, he straight away gave me a call and said, would you be interested in coming and helping out or getting a job at the gym? And yeah, I didn't even ask my husband. I was like, yes, I would love to do that. And then I had to go and tell Max that I got another job because I was really excited to just be a part of the sport again. And I never thought I would. I honestly thought, like, I had my fights, I did my thing, done, I've got kids now, let's move on. But that one little pull in, and here we are.
Absolutely, and I think that's the beauty of martial arts. I think when we are competitors ourselves and then one day we get too old to do it, because it is a young person's sport, I believe, and it comes full circle, and the need to give back to other people is so important, I think, and it's one of those things that naturally we're drawn to. And that's the next thing I wanted for us to talk about is, like, obviously Joondalup's been a very young club in the first 6 months, but the transformations that we've had a chance to see when it comes to people coming in, maybe they lack a little bit of confidence, maybe they want to lose a little bit of weight, maybe they want to just learn some new skills, or just a bit more self-belief. Let's talk about some of the biggest transformations that the club has gone through, and who are your standout members? Guys and girls, who wants to start us off?
I'll take it.
Go on, Ricky.
There's a couple. It's honestly really difficult to pick just one. We've had people who've been with us since day dot and are already at that level where they could fight. We've had people who've come in a lot later and made incredible transformations of the body. I'm going to go with one of our members, V. She came in, hope she doesn't feel like I'm throwing her under the bus a wee bit here. She came in, joined up with her husband on a 3-class per week membership.
Old Highgate member.
Old Highgate member, that's right, old Highgate member back in the day. And they were just coming to Muay Thai, always worried about holding pads for other people, only partnered up together, always wanted to work in technique but just couldn't figure out how they weren't getting it. And then she upgraded. She got an unlimited membership, started coming into strength and conditioning class as well. Got to the point where she was nearly in tears in strength and conditioning because she hated it so much. Yeah, we've all been there.
Who likes strength and conditioning?
Yeah, exactly. We've all been there. Just didn't like the fact she wasn't good at it and kept on pushing herself forward. And then since then, she's somehow become one of the better pad holders in every single class she's been in. It's incredible. She can hold for the bigger boys without even flinching. Often has to tell them to toughen up and hit her harder. Smashes it in the SAT classes, no matter how tired she is. I've never seen her stop, even if she is on the verge of tears. And has lost so much weight and gone such an incredible shape already. It's so good to see.
Well, she's just had a baby, so
new mum.
She's got a...
Also a new mum, yeah.
Having a kid at home and trying to do something for herself and not having that mom guilt. Because I remember the first few classes she had, you could just tell she's like, oh, I'm just going to do one because I've got this. And then Frenchie, her husband, will come in. And I said, just take your time with it. Build it up. See what works for your family. And it's so good to see her, just hear her be proud of what she's achieved and actually see the results come through on the pads, and I think at home as well. She seems like she's really lifted
and
up.
It's just real quick, it's not just that as well. She went from being a very quiet, didn't talk to anyone to actually being actually quite a vibrant member of the community as well. She'll post on the Facebook page. She tries to get people together for outings. Like this has very much become a big part of who she is in a very short amount of time.
Amazing. There was something that you mentioned there, Dina, about mum guilt. And one thing I've found becoming a new dad is definitely time away from Whitney and time away from Björn is dad guilt. It's very similar as a parent. And for a lot of the time, I think it's very easy for us as parents to talk ourselves out of doing things important because our family are most important, which is true. Yeah. But I think there's a lot of people that also use that in day-to-day life and it stops them from doing things that they want to do. So you being a mum and people like V that you've just talked about, Ricky, mum guilt or parent guilt in general, how do you overcome that? And what are some things that people can take away from yourself and people like V who make time to train and make time to come in and, you know, get themselves to become the best parents? Tell us a bit more about that.
So I think the biggest thing, first of all, is just having the confidence in yourself as a parent to then trust the process to do stuff outside of being a parent. So I found like I didn't think I could count on anyone else, or I didn't want to leave anyone else in the position where they had to do something that I was supposed to do. But, you know, the whole saying, like, it takes a village, that still runs pretty true in today's society. Like, if you've got a partner, you've got grandparents, or you've got a gym, like, this is what makes this place so good is, like, you can come in, sometimes they have to bring their kids in, I do it all the time, and to know that they can trust the people around them to support them, even if it's they have to leave early or whatever, you're always getting that support somewhere. And if you know that you've got that, that makes those little steps to do something for yourself seem less of a stretch or selfish, I guess, because it is something for yourself to be a better person, to be a better parent. And I've used the analogy before, but if your cup is not full, it is really hard to give to other people, especially little children that are always counting on you. So I think the support and just being able to ask for help. And I know everyone here, like if I bring in my kids know everyone by name now. Like they're not afraid to ask, like, where's Ricky? You know, like they're waiting, looking around for these people that to us are just grown-ups, but to these kids, they see everything, they listen to everything, they know, and they see how everyone is here. So it is good just to have that support. And I think Champions has been great to support our members in that.
Amazing. That's great to hear, Dina. And thank you for sharing that with us. Celine, you were going to talk about one of our best transformations or people that have stood out in our community. So give us a little bit more about what who those people are to you.
I have a couple, in all honesty. Emma, she stands out so much when you think about it. She's been here from day dot. She had just come out of surgery for her knees. She was unsure of how she was going to go. She only started on 3 classes a week and then went to Ricky. Oh, I've done my 3 classes, but can I come into this class? And Ricky's like, so you've only done 2 classes this week? And she didn't get it, but then she clicked on. And I think she started off very self-conscious and unsure, and you know, she had this goal, she wants to fight, and you just see her blossom into, okay, she knows what she needs to do. She has improved so much. She has lost weight, but she also knows now that what she was doing before wasn't sustainable, and she knows now her body. She understands what's going on and she knows when to stop and when to go. She was overtraining for a while, but now she knows she needs to rest and recover. Mentally, she has just transformed so much. While physically she looks amazing, I think her mental transformation has just been absolutely beautiful. And Jared Kramer, he came in and he's such a loud personality.
We like those ones, yeah.
It was amazing. He is just insane. He is so much fun. He generally does SAC classes and he's 20. He wakes up 5:30 in the morning, comes into SAC, is tired as, he works really late night shifts, but he'll force himself to come and you just hear him yelling at everyone. Come on guys, let's do it, get into it, let's go. And you can see him as well just opening up to us. We started having like 15-minute chats after class. Didn't realise, he's like, I'm not going to stay for boxing, I'm going to go home. And we're having 15-minute chats about how he's experienced some hardships and how, you know, he's trying to better himself and how this has been helping, and he's just grown as a person, and it's been really good to see.
It's amazing. Yeah, and I think it's like one of those things that when you have people that like, everyone has a story and everyone has their struggles and everyone has their ups and downs, but you can really draw inspiration. For me as a coach, I walk in on the mats and I love asking people like, what's going on in your life? And you're like, man, like these people like making time to train, like I got nothing to complain about, you know, and they hear they are putting their trust in me to make them better. So yeah, it's great. Oh, I should probably talk into the microphone as well. So let's talk, obviously there's a couple of there's probably a long list of people. And I don't want to make you people out there, I don't want you to think that we haven't wanted to mention you here. We do, but we've only got a certain amount of time we can work with. Let's talk about some of the embarrassing moments that you guys and girls may have had as a team, like with members in particular, some funny stories. Do we have any?
I could definitely go for one.
Go.
Don't talk about the cleaner story just yet. We'll get to that very shortly. But let's talk about some funny member stories. Go on, Ricky.
I vividly remember back when we had first opened, we did have a couple of old Highgate members or transfers that were already graded. So I was like, all right, guys, I'll take some time out of my day on a Wednesday night. We could do some sparring. And Matthew Hall, I catch his kick, and he freaks out and doesn't know how to get out of it. So I let go of him, and I said, all right, Matt, I'm going to teach you how to get out of a kick. So you're going to catch my kick, then he catches my kick. And then I'm literally partway through a sentence, and he lands the most beautiful sweep I have ever experienced in my life.
While his leg was caught?
While my leg was caught. While he caught my leg.
Okay.
And I was explaining, so this is what you do if someone catches, and then I was suddenly vertical in the air, and I landed flat, and Celine didn't see the sweep, but she just screeches laughing and falls to the ground.
She heard the thud.
She heard the thud. Everyone looked around. I'm lying there, like, you know, Loki at the end of Avengers.
Yeah, your back was broken.
That was me. And then Matt just drops the most apologetic boy I've ever seen. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just going, no, that was actually a really good sweep, man. Well done. But I'm just trying to explain something to you.
Any other stories?
I think Celine had one there.
Go on, Celine. Tell us.
I'm just thinking about, or grading, that's a good one. I'm at the moment just thinking about, we've got a member, Tommy, who's Scottish as well, where Tom's waiting for the next class. It's like an hour break. He's just sitting down in the corner and he's trying to talk to me about some BBC, I don't know, show, and in the elevator, the voice control elevator or something, I don't know, it was weird. And Ricky knew immediately what he was talking about.
But no one else did.
No one else did.
Standard.
I'm standing in the corner.
It's a Scottish thing, right?
And they're both just saying 11 over and over again. On the floor laughing. They're looking at me like I'm the idiot. Like I had no idea. They finally show me the video, and then we walk into the shops to grab something to eat, and they're just saying 11 all over again. I can't even do it because I can't do the accent, but it was just... They're on the floor laughing. I have no idea what's going on. They show me the video. I still kind of don't get it. And then, now they just pick on me for my accent because...
For your Australian accent.
My Australian accent.
How do we say it? What she was laughing at?
11.
11. There we go. Oh, great. Brilliant. What about wasn't there someone that came in like pissed as a fart, drunk one day, and you had to turn him away? I'm not going to mention any names, but...
Oh, God.
What?
He came in twice.
Drunken master, hey? What's going on there?
That was your California.
Yeah, so he came...
No names mentioned, right?
I don't even know the name. He came in the morning, and I think he got turned away, obviously. Mm-hmm. And so we opened up in the evening, me and Maddie, and I see this guy walk. I'm like, where is he going? Like, he definitely was drunk. And he just walks in, he's like, yeah, I want to train. I'm like, no. I was like, I couldn't get him out quick enough. Like, he wanted to chat. He was asking all the right questions too, which was really hard because I was like, I don't think this is for you. Like, right now at least, like, leave your number. Maybe we'll give you a call. And he's like, yeah, no worries. And we're like, what's happening? Like, it literally thought we were getting like punked. I looked at her and I was like, Maddie, do you know this guy? And then I called Celine. She's like, yes, he came in the morning. I was like, what are we doing here? Because I was like, do I lock the door? He was just walking back and forth. I was like, go grab a chicken sandwich next door or something. Like, he was just definitely intoxicated, yeah.
There we go.
We can actually add to that story because when Celine turned him away, he then contacted you directly on socials. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, no. Because you sent us a screenshot on site like, hey guys, should be easy to get through the doors, and I went,
no.
Yeah, no, we don't want him.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
he is super easy to get through the doors.
Yeah.
He's hard to get out. And you just went, oh yeah, no, I didn't know that. Yeah, just send him off.
Well, I like to see the best in people. So it is one of those things. All right, Maddie, tell us one of the embarrassing stories. Let's talk about the cleaner situation.
Oh, God.
Maddie, are you familiar with that? And can you fill us in a little bit more about what happened there? We're not going to mention who it was or which cleaning company it was, but there was a bit of a doozy there when they locked a couple of birds in here. Shit situation.
So they came to do the cleaning, I think, on the Saturday. Me and Ricky had left when they came. So basically, Ricky came in Monday morning.
Tuesday. It was
Sorry,
public holiday Monday.
Okay.
Hang on. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 4 days. All right. Yeah.
So Ricky came in on Tuesday morning. So it had been 4 days since they'd been, and he's opened the staff room and got attacked by like 3 pigeons.
What did you think? They were bats.
Oh no, so,
We don't have bats in Australia.
Shows me for a quick second.
We don't have bats in Australia.
No, that's not true.
We do actually.
No, because the
Just
light
not
was
many
on.
in Scotland.
And I was like,
All the lights were
yeah,
still
the lights
on
were
as
still
well.
on. I was like, have you been into staff? And she goes, no. I was like, oh, that's weird. So I went to flick the switch off. I heard something. It opened up and just in front of my face. I just went, I'm not dealing with that. Not right now. I've got a class right now.
He goes, Celine, there's something like a bat or a bird in the storeroom. I don't know what's going on. And I was like, oh, crap. And I like slowly opened the door, and I like was like, oh, where is it? And I look up, and on our shelves, just a pigeon. And I was like, oh, for crap's sake. And I was like, oh, okay, what are we going to do? And then I look, and there's another one. And I'm like, okay, great, this is what we want. And I open the back door that goes into like the very, very back and go, okay, get them out. And as I'm walking, there is pigeon shit everywhere. On our stock, on our floor, on everything. I ended up chasing them out with a broom. Literally just had the broom chasing them out. They wouldn't leave.
There we go, hey? Yeah. Any other stories?
I've got a few of like...
Go, give us a standout one, because I've got a couple of other things we're going to move on to, but I'd love to hear it.
I don't know if a standout, but it's pretty consistent in terms of people that want to try to kick the bag really high. Because they see it.
Not looking at anyone.
And it's really, it looks cool when you land them, but if you're not flexible and like, you know, these floors it's brand new, it's a little bit slippery. The bags are a little bit hard. And I've seen at least 4 people just slip back.
The helicopter.
Yeah.
The Muay Thai helicopter, we call it.
Yeah. It's been a great addition to my daily memory bank. Is just, and they're not small people doing it either. These are big boys. I don't want to name any names, but you know who you are.
I'll happily throw someone under the bus there. Celine.
I didn't even high kick. I just pulled it back and slipped.
Mid-grading.
Oh, no.
Okay, you're going to demonstrate. There she goes. Ooh.
Smack bang. I have had these experiences happen, especially when people are shadow boxing, they kick too high, people in their first session, and as a coach, it's very embarrassing for that person. You literally just go, bang, and the whole class turns and looks at this poor person, is embarrassed as hell as they were. Like you said, fear of embarrassment, it's right then and there. But I think it's one of those things, you've got to be willing to fail. Right. And it's a learning experience. And I always say, look, it's okay, let's just keep going. Everyone's done it once. Yeah. Well, 100%. Most of us, yeah. Exactly. So fun times. Anything else that you guys and girls wanted to talk about regarding the infancy of Champions Gym Joondalup and some of the great things or the funny stories?
There's so many, I just can't think of any.
We have an ongoing highest combo count that's starting to kill me.
Oh,
we spoke about that.
Yeah, go on. Tell us about the 36 combo count. Go on.
This started with Tom Mitchell and I, just very, very, very early days at Champions Gym Joondalup, where quite often he was the only one here. And one time I went, let's see how long we can make a combo. So we did quite a complex 25-hit combo. And then we fast forward to recently, and one of our other members, Ash, has decided she wants to beat it. So then we did 35. And Tom was away in Melbourne at this point. Tom Mitchell, by the way, probably one of the better boxers we got here already, and probably very upset that we didn't mention him in the transformations. Don't worry, Tom, we still love you.
We'll attach his photos.
Yeah, we'll attach his photos. You'll like that.
Abs photos.
Yeah. But he comes back from Melbourne because Celine tagged him in it, and he took it as a challenge. And he was sticking around one day after class. So I said, something you want to talk about, Tom? He goes, what a 36-hit combo. So here we go. So I now have a 25-hit combo, a 35-hit combo, a 36-hit combo somewhere back here, and now Alexia has approached me and said I'm upset that I don't have one. I want a 40-hit combo, and I'm pretty sure if I get burnt out, guys, this is why.
All right, so we've got a really, really exciting journey ahead of us here as a team moving forward for Champions Gym Joondalup. We had young Jacob Hickey, had his first boxing fight representing Champions Gym, had a first win for Champions Gym as well, which is massive. I still remember my brother was probably about a year after, was the first fighter for Champions Gym overall, back in 2013, I think it was, or 12, I can't remember that far ago, but he had a win as well. So a great sign of things to come, I like to believe. And he's got his brother Ruben clipping at his heels as well. Really, really excited with the amount of expertise, the care, the passion, and the community that you guys and girls have created here. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to? What are you excited about?
We'll go down the line.
I'm excited for like people, because of the intermediate classes. I feel they're wanting to grade and like get out of their comfort zone. I know Alexia, she has been like super scared about this hit out, but she's gonna literally smash it. Like with CG United, she was super scared to spar, but she did so well, and she was so proud of herself for doing so. I've had a couple members come up to me in the last 2 weeks saying they can't wait to grade, because just seeing like people, you know, get out of the comfort zone and actually do it, it's pushed them to as well. So I just feel like it's becoming more of like a community, like everyone's seeing everyone as equals, and like everyone's pushing each other to go further in their journey, I guess. But yeah, it's just good to see that everyone's like coming together as one.
That's awesome. Very cool. Anyone else want to share this?
We'll just go down the line.
I'm excited to see everyone progress. I know that there's a few people who want to grade, they want to start sparring, they want to fight. We've got Emma and Tom would actually be keen to coach, to pass on their own knowledge and everything. I think watching people grow and seeing them progress is going to be quite a fun and exciting story. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Great. For me, I'm a little known fact, I started teaching Muay Thai in Joondalup when I was 15 or 16. My dad had a gig going up at the arena, and I think it's like coming back full circle, almost like a lifetime later. Joondalup people, they're different. There's a lot of the United Kingdom or the British, Scottish. I don't want to like mention the.
We outnumber you.
Yeah.
We outnumber you so much.
But I probably miss like Irish. There's lots of the community up here, but they're bred to fight. Long lineage of warriors that go back a long way. And for me, like, I love fighting. I love watching people get in the ring and face fear head on, and obviously not only beat themselves but beat someone else in a competitive arena. And I'm really excited not only to see people jump in the ring and achieve their dreams in terms of competition, but also just to develop themselves to become the best version of themselves. Because I read a quote the other day, fitness is now, like, if you take pride in your fitness, you are the 1% of the human population. It's one of the most valuable forms of currency, and it's also one of the easiest things to lose if you don't focus on it. And that statement alone, I'd love to print it out and put it in the clubs. It's like, it's so important. We were all built to survive once upon a time, and now we're all sitting at desks. And I think having combat and having body movement and having purpose is so important, and I'm really excited to continue that purpose and that mission of why I started Champions Gym in the first place. Tell us yours, Ricky.
Kind of piggybacking off of these two, but building on at the same time. I'm really excited to see progression, not just of the members of the club. I was hired as a coach, became the manager, and I love this place. I can't wait to see what we as a community and as a team can do with it next. I can't wait to see it grow. I can't wait to see it thrive, have more people come in, more coaches, more classes. And I alluded to it earlier, I was in a very lucky situation when I was a kid to find a Muay Thai gym at that time and get treated the way I was. So the fact that I'm able to put it, like, it's kind of catch and release, I can put it back into the community, and these people can take these skills and teach them, not just for Muay Thai, boxing, strength and condition, but they're like the mental fortitude that comes along with it. They can take that with them outside the gym and form good habits and just grow as people, not just as fighters or lifters. So I'm very excited to see what we can do next.
Awesome.
Yeah, the progression for me is huge, but also what I'm really excited to see is the people that want to come in for boxing or Muay Thai, and they're stepping in for second, like strength and conditioning, or the Muay Thai is doing boxing, and vice versa. Like, it's good to see all the different areas that you can get better at in this one place. We've actually had a lot of new members sign up just because of strength and conditioning, thinking, oh, I'm not going to do boxing, or like, that's really not for me, I just want to get stronger. And then they get the opportunity to actually try it, and now they want to do all three, you know? So I think having that aspect of a gym to have three different things to kind of get used to or learn is really important. And also the younger generation as well. Like, I grew up doing martial arts. You know, I was fighting I started Muay Thai when I was 20, and just getting that feedback. I had one of the dads come up to me at the Inter Club the other day, and he said, "Thank you so much for what you do, because not only is he going to the gym when he's at home, he's more focused, he's helping around the house, and being disciplined in a sport isn't just being a good boxer or Muay Thai fighter. Like, you're taking that home with you. You can see what you can achieve when you put your mind to something, and it's good to see that transition into their everyday life." So that's been huge for me, and we've got a lot of young members coming up, and I think it's going to be awesome to see them grow and actually continue on.
Awesome. That's amazing, Dina. And I think it's one of those things, they say, plant seeds to trees you'll never see. I think one thing as a responsibility as a coach, when you're passing on knowledge to people, it's like you never know where that knowledge ends or the end result of how many generations that is passed down the line. I am a result of all of the great people before me, and I think that it's important to make sure we impart that for the people that come after us. Okay, so Celine, over the weekend, I was very, very impressed to watch you take part in your first ever novice powerlifting competition with Whitney and obviously Carly from Highgate. Tell us, how did you find it, and like what compelled you to give it a go? Because pretty intimidating.
Whitney.
Oh, really? There we go. Another person pulling you straight out
Thanks,
of the
Whitney.
let's go sort of thing.
She was mentioning it when she was up in Joondalup one day, and she was just saying, "Oh, you know, this is happening." I was like, "Oh, I've always wanted to do a powerlifting comp, but was unsure if I really want to jump in for a fight, if I want to do powerlifting." Kind of decided to kind of put powerlifting on the back burner and focus on improving my Muay Thai. And then Whitney was like, "No, you should do it." And I kind of like brushed it off, and I was like, "Oh, all right." Get a message the next day, "So you're doing the powerlifting comp?" I was like, "Okay." She said, "Fill this in." And I was really nervous leading up to it. She'd been great support, and she helped me with it. On the day, we had Rob, the member from Highgate. He said he'd look after us, and he really did. He helped us with everything.
That's strongman Rob, yeah?
Oh,
He's a strong man. He picks cars up and stuff. It's crazy.
He's insane.
He's great. Very experienced.
He was really good. He basically walked through everything with us. He was the one who went up to the desk and was like, "No, they're going up to this. They're doing this." Definitely nervous on the day. I remember I was sitting next to you doing like my little nervous, anxious dance. I was like, "Oops." But as the day went on, it went so fast and it was so much fun, and I'm so glad I did it that I am doing another one in October.
Awesome. Well
Having the full prep. Instead of 3 weeks prep, I'm going to do the full 12 weeks prep.
How exciting.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And let's talk about some of the events. Obviously, scaffolding off what you're talking about there on the weekend. We've had a couple of great events. So, Maddie, tell us about some of the events we've had so far, and what are some of the future events that people can look forward to?
So we've had so far an open day, which was really, really awesome. We got a lot of people come and a lot of sign-ups, which are still with us to this day. We got our first fighter, Jacob Hickey, actually on our first open day, which was really cool. The vibe in the gym was just amazing. It was like a full gym for the first time, and like, yeah, it was just awesome. And then also we had our women's defence class, which was amazing. Like, we got a lot of turn-ups. I brought one of my friends, and you loved her. She's had a few issues in the past, and I think like you really helped her with like just one-on-ones and stuff. She said she had like an amazing time and everything, which was awesome to hear, like just because I'm her friend. All the girls in the gym were like getting along. If someone was stuck with something, you know, there was always someone to help out and stuff. And Ricky also made it really comfortable to go to him if they were stuck on like a move or something. And then we've also had CG United, which was obviously Joondalup's first CG United. We had a lot of people from Joondalup go down, and a few of them were really, really scared to do the sparring because they just graded, but they all did amazing. They were literally getting bashed, and they were like, the look on their face was like, they were so happy.
Hang on. They weren't just getting bashed. I was getting bashed by some of those Joondalup people. I mean, what has Ricky been showing you guys?
Breed up here.
Sorry, into the microphone. Can you say that again?
Hold on. Just hold that thought. What do we say? What?
We make a different breed up here. Subtitle that.
Subtitles, please.
Yeah, so we had a lot of people from Joondalup go down to Murray, and they were super scared, but they did like amazing. I spoke to all of them after they sparred, especially the intermediates, and they said that they're so happy they went down. It was really good turnout. Like, the vibe was awesome. They were met so many more people than just obviously Joondalup, and yeah, it was just an amazing vibe down there with all the gyms together. I also met a lot of people as well, and everyone's super, super nice, so it was really nice. They asked me why I wasn't training, which sort of put me on the spot, but...
We'll get you training in the next one, when you're not working.
100%. It looks like so much fun, so yeah.
Awesome. And Ricky, what are some of the things we can look forward to in the future?
In our more immediate future, we do have the Head Out coming up. First weekend of August, I want to say, 6th of August? 6th of August.
Who do we have taking part in that?
So we have Emma Malia representing us in Muay Thai. We have our very own Celine Mitchell also doing Muay Thai. We have Alexia Saberna for boxing, and Thomas Mitchell as well. So actually really excited to see all 4 of them get in the ring. I think all 4 of them are various stages of super confident to not confident at all, and anywhere in between. Emma and Tom way up here. Celine and Alexia throwing you under the bus a wee bit. Still need a wee kick up the bum to get in the ring, but I'm confident you're all going to absolutely smash it. I'm really excited to see you guys there.
And one thing I've always found is, like, here they are now, and when they do it and they come out of the ring, they're a different person.
Oh yeah, buzzing.
That's where the magic happens, I believe. Great, and let's just talk about some of the things behind the scenes that people potentially don't know about or don't see when it comes to, when we open Champions Gym, but then, tell us a bit more about
that. So one of the first biggest challenges was actually getting bodies to the door. There were, as Celine mentioned earlier, we had 6 days a week together, 5 hours every morning, and there was a bit make or break. I had to decide very quickly whether I liked her or not, and then I decided I didn't get a choice, so I might as well roll with it. But we did find that once we got them through the doors, it was easy to keep them, because we were starting from nothing. We didn't have to relearn any habits. We didn't have to get rid of anything. We had a blank slate. So it was a blessing and a curse, because once we got people through the doors, we kept them. Some of the other challenges, going back a wee bit further than that, was setting the place up. I just started at Highgate. I'm pretty sure my first meeting with you was trying to drill that ring in place, and that was a hassle.
We've been carrying all the weight plates everywhere.
Yeah, Whitney lifting a massive medicine ball just with a guttural roar over the shoulder, and away she went.
40 kilo dead ball or something.
Like it, yeah. So a couple of challenges setting the place up. One of the other challenges that I think everywhere is faced, and unfortunately we were no different, was COVID. Hit some of us pretty hard. Hi, I'm one of those people. That put me out for quite a while. I'm still kind of recovering from it. That's why I sound like this. It happened at a time where a bunch of our coaches went out as well. You and Whitney had to step off the bench and come in and coach for us a couple of times.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it was
it's good fun.
Everyone loved having you here, but it was like what the members didn't see was, there was a big fire to put out, and we got on top of it. But so hopefully to the members it just looked like another day at the office, but to us, like, Slack was just popping off constantly, like, we need to cover here. Okay, I can do that. Okay, we need to cover here. I can do that one too. It was an interesting time.
Round of applause for Helen. I think Helen helped.
Yeah, Helen, who you can't see behind the camera, she was an absolute lifesaver as well. We always appreciate your work.
She's a gun.
Although, hold on, I'm asking, I'm going to kind of flip it back on you a wee bit, P. What were the challenges for you getting this place set up? Like, you're the reason I got a job, so what were the challenges?
Well, where do I start? Well, when I walked into this place, it was just a big open shell, concrete, more concrete, but I could kind of plan it out in my head, and I couldn't get, it's a 40-minute drive home from here, but I was like, my brain is, I'm an artist, you see, I'm a drawer and a painter and a graphic designer, and I was like, I need to like put my ideas onto paper because I know how I want it to look. So if we look at the boxing bag being behind us, it wasn't actually supposed to go. I wanted it there, but I asked my friend who's a builder, and I said, I need this boxing beam to be like this. It can't be on the walls. I can't have boxing stands. It would look shit. And he said, well, we can't do that because the width is too wide to span a beam that heavy straight across without a support in the middle, which means you can have less bags. And I said, well, that can't happen, sorry. So I said, take it back to your builders, get the structural engineer to draw it up and get him to make it approved, because that number one is like a key, because you need to hit a bag, you need to be able to use boxing and Muay Thai for both sides of both zones, and all the rest of it. So COVID being the bastard it was, did also make life a lot harder coming up to Christmas time. You know, everyone said, oh, it'd be done before Christmas, and then I'd ring them before Christmas and they said it's going to have to be next year. Next year we needed to open. So not only was the cost of material and labour and everyone, you know, essentially just through the roof, but it was one of those things that was frustrating. But, you know, Whitney and I and the great people around us have built clubs before, like Myrie and Highgate. It was a case of just coming in and just doing everything we could in our power to get it across the line. You know, the old saying, where there's a will, there's a way. And when I look at this place, it just looks amazing. You know, the lighting, the setting, the colouring, the people. And I cop a lot of shit a lot of the time. People go, why is it so black and white? I said, well, people don't know this, but black and white doesn't age much. But when you look at it, it's black and white, it's very monotone, it's just this or that. When you add people in, people are the colour. And people are what bring the vibe of the club. And that's one thing that I probably should tell people, was like, you are the special part. This is just a canvas, you are the colour. So yeah, that's one thing that I've always been a big fan of, and it has to age well, and it has to be a place when you walk in aesthetically pleasing. And yeah, love it, it's great.
I like that. That was good. That was a very good answer. I like that.
Thank you, Ricky. Thank you.
I didn't know that one about the monitor.
Champions Gym Joondalup, 5/8 Dwyer Turn, just off Joondalup Drive. It's such an amazing group of people here, and the community here, just such great people. Like when I get to walk through the door and get to meet everyone, you guys and girls have done such a fabulous job helping them become better. Like we talked about before, Celine, just taking them by the hand and pulling them out of their comfort zone to just coach them along to where they could potentially be is so powerful. I really hope you've enjoyed the show today. Be sure to let us know about who you'd like to see on the next episode of Inside CG.